dear students, let us move towards the next part of the story. This is Geordie's fawn. But before that, let us revise what we have read. Geordie was searching for the fawn. Then there was some movement directly in front of him. Geordie was overjoyed to see his fawn. It was shaky, but it didn't try to race or run. He was carrying the fawn in his arms. It was a long walk. He reached the trail. Trail means rough path. Then he came to the road that could take him home. Now he stopped to rest. He put the fawn down. It bleated and looked at Geordie. Now next part. Geordie was filled with delight. He said enchanted means with happiness to the fawn that he would carry it once he had taken a bit of rest. Geordie recalled that his father had told him that the fawn will follow you once you have carried it for a bit first. Geordie started walking at a slow speed, and the fawn looked as he walked further. Geordie came back again to caress him, means to stroke his soft body, and went forward again. This time the fawn wobbled, means took a few weak steps in Geordie's direction as he cried piteously, means with pity. Geordie was overjoyed by the fact that it was willing to go with him, which made the fawn his own. He was light-headed with joy, means he was overjoyed that he could not even think properly and clearly. At that moment, Geordie wanted to caress it with all his desire, play with it and call it towards him, but did not want to frighten it. Then he picked the fawn again in his arms and walked effortlessly. Geordie stopped unwillingly as his arms began to ache, means pain. When he walked on, the fawn followed him. He allowed it to walk a little distance, then picked it up again. Home was almost near. Geordie could have picked it up and watched it follow all day, but he was tired and sweating. A light breeze helped him dry his sweat on that June morning, cooling him. The sky was so clear that it had been compared to spring water in a blue china cup. He reached the clearing, means large area, which was green and fresh after the rain or shower last night. It was a bit difficult for him to open the latch of the house, but he could do it once he set the fawn down. At first, he thought of making the fawn follow directly into Penny's room and surprise him. But the fawn barked, means he was unwilling to do so and refused to climb the stairs. So Geordie had to pick him up to his father's bedroom. His dad was resting with closed eyes. Geordie called, "Pa, look." Penny turned his head. The fawn clutched him, means grasped him firmly. Penny could see Geordie's eyes as bright and glowing as the fawn's. Penny expressed his happiness over Geordie having been able to find the fawn. Then Geordie went straight to the kitchen after that, and the fawn followed him with his weak steps. In the kitchen, a pan filled with morning's milk was kept reserved, but cream had formed on it. He skimmed the milk, means removed the cream, and put it into a jug, while he poured the milk in a utensils made of small gourd. Gourd is a fruit with a hard skin, usually used as a container. Then he held it out to the fawn. The fawn smelled the milk, but Geordie saved the milk from being spilled over the floor. The fawn could not drink milk out of the gourd. So Geordie dipped his fingers in the milk and put them in its soft, wet mouth. Instantly the fawn sucked the milk greedily. He was hungry, that is why when Geordie took his fingers out of his mouth, it bleated frantically, means crazily, and hit him with his head. The next time Geordie put his fingers in the fawn's mouth, he gently lowered it to bring near the gourd. The fawn became impatient, blew the milk as he sucked it, and made sounds. The fawn was calm till Geordie kept his fingers inside the milk, and he drank with eyes closed in satisfaction. Geordie felt overwhelmed on feeling its tongue against his hand as his small tail moved back and forth. The milk disappeared quickly, forming foam, which was marked by a bubbling sound. Now, moral of the story. The story highlights two things. First, it is not fair to kill an animal for its use as a cure. Secondly, one should have pity and love for the animals. Hope you have understood the story very well. Thank you.